Other questions?
I got a question.
Yep.
Yes,
Terry.
on the criminalization of the homeless,
Mhm.
that part, I understand that that is in some type of committee right now.
A conference committee.
Okay, what are your feelings about it, that language being taken out there or removed completely? Because we need to have a public hearing on that. And the language and the bill sounds really good on paper, but I'm here, I would bet my life that that's not going to work the way it's written.
Mm.
The email you sent me answering my opposition to that stated that they were mandating the police to do this, that, and third, and these mandates, do they come with money or extra training? Because they're gonna be dealing with mental illness, drug, drug addicts, and people who just honestly need help or housing. We have empty buildings all over town, empty schools. We need to house people first and then get them to the proper agencies and help. This bill is not going to do that other than the jail part, and I am adamantly opposed against
I
that.
agree. So on the conference committee part, we're at the stage where we passed it on the House side. The conference committee is where, once they have a conference, I'm on the conference committee, so once they have their new language, I'll be able to say if I support the bill after it leaves the conference committee. Because this, in conference committee, any language of any bill, well, I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna caveat myself, can go into other bills. If it was a House bill, because the Senate bill, there's a little bit more restrictions. I will avoid all the Senate and House different rules. But my point is, I won't make until I know what the actual conference committee report says, which is the bill that we would vote on. It's hard to say where where they will get to. I can't make a comment. Where we pass to the House version, what we did in that bill is a couple of things. One, the bill doesn't go into place until July 1st, 2026. Why is that? Most bills will either be an emergency, which is the second the governor signs it, it's law, or most often July 1st of that year. Why is it delayed a year? Why delay? We all know there's issues with mental health and homelessness and trauma and the sort. Why did we delay it a year? Because on the first page of the bill, it talks about how we are asking for support from the HHS and the U.S. Federal government for support and funding for employment support. Those with, and it's a whole list. It's on, I think, starts page 1, goes into page 2. Work support, mental illness, severe mental illness, addiction, trauma, and then there's 1 or 2 more. I'm forgetting. If we don't get that waiver, you will see, even if it's passed as is today, you will very likely see that stripped out. A lot of the no votes, even from our Democrat colleagues, because this bill was written, Justin Moed, who's a state representative out of Indianapolis, he actually had an amendment get into the bill, and we've been working with them, our Democrat colleagues, of how do we help these folks? Because what the bill is focused at is not the individual.